seen her in 20 years. Oh God, what the hell? Perhaps she has moved? She used to live in Santa Barbaro. Wait a minute. You're talking about Eva Christiana, right? Huh? No. We're talking about Eva Lee. Oh shit. Wrong Eva. Then Eva Chen? No. Eva Louise? Look, oh man, I said Eva Christiana, didn't I? Oh, is that so? And I am mistaken, answer. Right, thanks for nothing. I wasted too much time with that old knock. Old cock. I can't read that. I needed to get back to work. Congratulations on passing my test. We'll meet again. I hope to God we wouldn't. So do I. A rather exhausting walk found me on the top of a large hill that looked out over the Pono. I could see all the way to the ocean and harbor. It was quite a view. Almost made a fellow feel small. With the British Mansion and Rose Garden nearby, Hill Park was one of the Pono's foremost tourist attractions. Holloway had told me it was also the third place he's gone with Vivian on their day. Hill Park was famous for its night view and of the harbor and the city. It was a bit of a climb to get to the view, so it usually wasn't too crowded. Ouch! What is in my slipper? From the park, I could see the whole of the Bay Bridge as it stretched from Agri Pier to Enfusco Pier. I don't live in the States, so I don't know any of those places. I pulled out my photo of Eva and showed it to a passing tourist. Excuse me, ma'am, have you seen this woman? Well, she sure is pretty little... What the... Well, she sure is a pretty little thing, isn't she? Sorry, fella. I ain't seen her. She a lady? You're lucky, man. Why would you... Given its location near the consulate, I figured a fjord probably had a lot of foreign diplomats as customers. A bar fjord, the last place Holloway and Eva had visited on their ill-fated day. As far as I knew, it was the last place anyone had seen Eva. I hope I'd be able to pick up her trail. Entrance. It was pretty classy as stores go. Being next to the consulate meant the area was full of people from all corners of the world. I stopped one of the people passing me on the sidewalk and showed them Eva's picture. Excuse me, have you seen this woman before? Yes, I see her from time to time. When was the last time you saw her? I cannot be certain. She's a beautiful woman, miss. I know I've seen her before, but I can't remember when. I'm very, very sorry. Has something happened to her? Oh, that was a waste of time. Inside, there's a large, heavy-looking door, so I prepared myself for a fight getting it open. But it turned out to be much lighter than I expected, and it flew open, nearly clipping me across the face. I stepped into the bar. What did I want to do? Inspect the bar. The bar fjord felt more like a European restaurant than a bar. Absolutely. A man of Mediterranean descent. The name tag on his chest said Pietro. The only other customers were a man in a suit and a middle-aged woman. Whoa, who the hell are you? Ava, excuse me, have you seen this woman before? I couldn't understand a thing he said. Can you speak English? Give it up, honey. Arrow can only speak Spanish and Baracan. Don't feel bad, I don't understand him either. At least he knows what a tequila is. Quiero, tequila. Excuse me, have you seen this woman before? Oh, yeah, I know her. Eva Christiana. What about her? Well, I'm a private investigator. My name is Jake Hunter, and it appears Eva's gone missing. I'm trying to figure out where she might have gone. I'd like to ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind. Tell you what, detective. How about you buy me a drink? Then we can talk about Eva. All you want. Sure. I waved to the bartender, who sidled over to us, asked him to refill the lady's drink, and to give me one of whatever she's having. It's tequila, you idiot! It turns out she was having tequila by the glass. You're a sweet boy, aren't you? What did I want to talk about? So, what's your relationship with Eva? Pals or what? Oh, nothing special. I helped her out a little when she came to the US. We've been drinking buddies ever since. Actually, she's been helping me out most of the time these days. When was the last time you saw Eva? About 3 days ago, I think. She was here with that fella of hers. Harry, I think his name is. Anyway, they spent the whole evening together. I didn't get a chance to talk to her. Oh, me? I was by myself, of course. So hard to find a good man these days. Don't you dare hook up on her. When was the last time you saw her? Blah, 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 blah. This fellow you saw... This the fellow you saw with Eva? I flipped over my cell phone and showed her a picture I had taken on top. Her breath smelled like a frat party. Yeah, that's him. Navigator or something on a fighter, I think she said. But it looked like Holloway had been telling the truth about that, at least. Did you notice anything strange about Eva the night you saw her? Let me think. She paused to take a long pull from her tequila. Yeah, come to think about it. When her boyfriend stepped away for a moment to go to the restroom, I'm pretty sure I saw her sigh. Something wrong about that. A young girl out on a date with a nice man like that ought to be happy, not sighing. Oh God, excuse me. Do you remember anything else? No, I can't think of anything. Alright. Well, if you do think of anything, I'd appreciate it if you would give me a call at this number. I handed her one of my business cards and caught another whiff of her breath. I've been in this country for a really long time, but I never met an honest-to-goodness detective before. I'll be sure to give you a call if I can think of anything. Of course, you could always keep me company while I remember. No thanks. Excuse me, sir, but have you seen this woman before? Yeah, I have. That's Eva Christiana. She's a baraka. Something happened to her? What the hell? Well, that's the thing, sir. My name is Jake Hunter and I'm a private eye, and I'm looking for Miss Christiana. It seems she's gone missing and I'm looking to find her. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh dear, she's gone missing? That's terrible. Such a nice girl. When was the last time you saw her? Eva. Let me see. Well, I guess it was pretty recently. Yes, Carl's birthday. Carl is a friend of mine from church. I think that was about 5 days ago. What was she like? Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Well, she was happy. That's not out of the ordinary though. My goodness, gone missing this thing. How terrible. Anything else? Was there anything else? I mean, anything that it might seem insignificant to you? I can't think of anything. They were enjoying themselves. Wait, what day? Did you notice anything strange about Eva? Oh, it's getting nowhere fast. I just couldn't understand what words were coming out of his mouth. What the hell? Outside. I stepped out through the front door and looked down the street towards my hotel. My dogs were barking something fierce from a day full of walking, and I was looking forward to a nice evening of sitting. What dogs? It wasn't long before the lights of the new gold hotel shone down on me, and with them came a sense of relief. There's no place like home. Well, figuratively speaking. Welcome back, sir. Thanks. How'd the investigation go? Well, I've got also bupkis. Not much for a whole day of work. Then again, I suppose finding nothing is a clue of another sort. If you say so, sir. I was thinking I'd take a moment to go over everything I saw today and maybe make some sense of it. In that case, I'll go out to the cafe and order some coffee. I'm afraid I didn't have time to pack any. Don't sweat it, babe. I think we'll manage. I let myself sink into the sofa and lit up a cigarette. Are you allowed to smoke inside the hotel? Tobacco smoke dripped into the air, and as I began to think back on what I'd seen that day. Let us think. Wait, let us save. Think, my man. I'd spend the day gathering information about Eva. First, what was Holloway's job? Excuse me. Navigator. He was the navigator on an international cargo ship. His job kept him at sea for months at a time. When Holloway said Eva disappeared. 3 days before. 3 days before Holloway had called me. Holloway had realized something was wrong when Eva didn't answer the phone and suspected she'd gone missing. When it... The day before. What? That thing. Oh, that. Damn it. It doesn't make any sense, the English. Yeah, he hadn't filed the report, but he seemed to think he had a good reason. Mr. Holloway came to me because Eva was... what? Consulate. He worried her position at the consulate would prevent the cops from investigating the case. After taking the case, I visited Eva's apartment, but someone had been there before me and trashed the place. What was the motive for trashing Eva's apartment? The motive for ransacking Eva's apartment was unknown. I still had no idea. After seeing her apartment, I was starting to get a feeling for what might have happened to Eva. What was the possibility Eva was involved in some serious trouble? Unknown. Hi? Unfortunately, it was looking more and more likely that Halloween was some pretty dipshit. I talked to someone who claimed to be a friend of Eva's at the consulate. Her name is Iris Hart. Oh, I don't remember Phoenix, right? The damn Hart woman. What's her name again? Loca Hart? Something Hart with the bushy hair. Forgot already. According to her friend, Eva worked in the place as a secretary. Yeah, she was Consul Busk's personal secretary. Her friend at the consulate also said Eva had been worrying. Yeah, she'd been worrying about something. After visiting Eva's office and her apartment, I decided to visit all the places she'd gone on her date with Halloween. I'd only been able to find anything in one place. Where's that coffee? Bar Fjord Foyer. How was Eva's reputation there? Great! Eva had a great reputation. It hadn't sounded like she was a kind of girl who got mixed up in any kind of serious trouble. My secret almost gone, I thought back on everything I'd seen, trying to make sense of it all. I didn't see any hole in my logic. You have to call to the guy first, though. What I'd learned so far supported Holloway's story. It suggested that she'd gone into something bigger than she expected. I was still thinking when Marcy began to blink and beam. I glanced at the ID caller. A number of numbers I didn't recognize. Probably a payphone. Was King calling me back already? I was wondering why King would call me from a payphone as I lifted Marcy to my ear. I will only say this once. Oh my god, you're a murderer. Leave this case alone. Her voice on the other end spoke with a thick accent. I had only barely registered his words when the line went dead. And the silence was every bit as ominous as the warning had been. Oh my god. All it had taken was a single call to bring me out of the phone, and I thought it would be a nice and safe missing person case. A little bit of easy cash. I've been wrong. Leave this place alone. As much time as it took the man on the phone to speak those words, the shape of the case had changed. It was starting to look like it wasn't going to be an easy case. If it was easy, everyone would do it. File 2. Julia, coffee in each hand, to concern the kids. So, he just told you to back off and then hung. Yeah, babe. That's what the size of it. Near as I can tell, he called from a payphone. Sounds like someone doesn't want you to know who they are. It'd be tough to figure out who they are with just a voice. Hey, give me a little credit here, doll. You may not have said much, but I think he said enough to give me an idea what kind of person he is. Wait a minute. If he had a thick accent, so I think it's reasonable to conclude he's not a native English speaker. In a town like the Pono, it's likely that he's not from the U.S. either. And if there was more than one person with him, they probably weren't native English speakers either. What makes you say that? Because they didn't say much. They were keeping the call short in order to mask identity. They probably wanted to mask their identity. Still, the man on the phone had a very distinctive foreign accent. If he wasn't working alone, it's natural to assume nobody with him had any less of an accent. Or if he did, I'd recognize their voice. Well, that does make sense. But there's something else that's been bothering me. What? How did the person on the phone know who I was? And how did they know my cell phone number? That's a good point, sir. We've only been in the phone a day. Exactly, babe. Plenty of people back home have my number, but almost no one here does. Besides, how many people might have my number and know I look for you? Well, that's not hard to, sir. There's an easy way to find that out. You bet there is. The answer is my business card. What? Of course. I mean, anyone in the corner with your cell phone number would have someone you gave your business card to. Bingo. Of course, it's possible from someone from back home follow me out here, but for now, let's just focus on business cards. Of course, sir. It looks like I'll be heading back out. I figured out we'll visit the places I went yesterday. See if I can't run into a few people I give business cards to. Well, I hope you find him, sir. Well, that makes two of us, babe. And he sure seems to know a lot more about this case than I do. Alright, it's time for me to be heading up. Be careful, son. It sounds like someone's pretty serious about keeping you away from this case. Aww, I've had worse threats. They're usually more direct, too. An anonymous phone call is really a bit of a nice change. If you say so, sir. I wanted to have a quick talk with Holloway before I leave. I hope maybe he remembered something that might help. Are you crying? I wonder how Mr. Holloway is doing today. My nose, damn it. Yeah, would you mind calling Mr. Holloway for me? Of course, sir. One moment, please. Mr. Hunter, have you found Eva? That's too quick. He looked even worse than he had the day before. I doubt he even slept. He was always putting me first. That's why I have to. Don't you worry about Eva. I'll find her. Listen, Holloway, I need you to tell me everything you've noticed about Eva before she disappeared. Even small details are important. Eva. Please come back soon, Eva. Fat lot of help he was gonna be. Mr. Holloway looked even more depressed than yesterday. Yeah, you're right. He sure is pretty tore up over that damn. Look, Dollface, do you think you can keep an eye on the fellow today? Certainly, sir. I've got nothing better to do in my old hometown than looking after a distraught stranger. I'll give you a call if he decides to start speaking in complete sentences and say something useful. Thanks, y'all. You're a peach. Why peach? don't want to go back there. A warm breeze ruffled my hair, but even the perfect weather couldn't take my mind off the case. The Bracken consulate, where Eva had worked before her disappearing act. She's not a magician, idiot. I tried to talk to the consulate before having shut down. I was hoping I'd have more luck the second time around. Hey, who are you? Nice day today. Ah! You scare me. I thought you was one of them crazy foreigners. Thank the Lord. Thank the good Lord you ain't American. What the hell? Wait, does that mean the black guys that came here already? There was just as peaceful as it's been every other day I've been here. Even with almost no one around, it didn't feel lonely or empty. Maybe it was just the trees. Ugh. Crazy guy. Right. I wasn't sure why I spent so long just looking at the consulate. Made my way through the front door. The air inside was cool as usual. Stone is an excellent natural insulator. I'd arrived at the Bracken consulate lobby. What did anyone do? Like before, the lobby was empty of visitors, save myself. Iris Hart was standing at the front desk, just like the last time I'd been here. Couldn't you just say yesterday? Iris Hart was looking my way. Apparently she remembered me. Ladies usually do, although not always for the reason I'd like. Because you always give them that weird face. It's decided to come back. Well, to be honest, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I had to see you again. What the hell? In all seriousness though, would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Of course not. To be honest, it's kind of boring. I wouldn't mind a bit of conversation. Did you show anybody else the business card I gave you yesterday? I met with the consul right after I saw you. I gave him your card myself. Was he the only person who saw it? Yes. I mean, assuming he hasn't shown it to anyone. Did I do something wrong? No. You did fine. I just wanted to know if the consul got my card. Wait. Is the consul busy today? I was hoping I might get to see him today, this time. Hold on just a minute. Iris picked up the inter-office phone and started talking to someone. The consul would meet with you. He asked me to take you to his room on the 3rd floor, so if you'll just follow me. I see. Thank you. I follow Iris up to the bus room on the 3rd floor. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. As she opened the door, she leaned over toward me with a small smile and whispered in my ear, I hope everything goes well. Good luck. The room was decorated with countless artifacts and pieces of art. It looked more like a museum than a consul's chamber. Then again, I had never met a consul before. As I was examining some of the particularly interesting artifacts, a man entered the room and walked toward me. Oh my god, you look scary. Last time I remember, you are Mr. Hunter, I presume. The man was dignified, perhaps too much so. But he fit the room perfectly. No, he looked more like a fish. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm Jake Hunter and I'm a private investigator. Iris has told me about you. I am I've also been worried about Eva ever since she went missing. Really? When was the last time Eva came to work? Let me share. I think it was 3 days ago. I should change that accent. I must admit, without her capable assistance, I am having a hard time of it. Running the consulate and all. 3 days. Well, that fit with all the other stories. What kind of work did Eva do here? Eva was my secretary. She was my personal assistant. So you two were pretty close, huh? Ha ha ha. That's an interesting way to put it. Was there anything unusual about Eva before she disappeared? Not that I can recall. You were right next to her all day, every day. Don't tell me you didn't notice something. Like I said before, I didn't notice anything unusual about Eva. Nothing whatsoever. It had only been for a split second that he hesitated. I knew that meant something, but I didn't know what. That's you. If you don't mind my asking, where were you 4 days ago? What kind of question is that? I don't have to tell you that, that's personal. Ah shit, I pushed my luck a little too far. Where's my card? Here's this card I left for you yesterday. Did you show it to anyone else? No, I have it right here. His hands were short and looked to be the last one I was going to get from him. Buzz has decided to end our conversation. Buzz has decided our conversation was over. Yes, move. Yeah, he wasn't going to tell me anything else. I wasn't going to do myself any favors hanging around his office. I intended to see it that next time I quit the console, I had something on him. Thank Busk for his time and showed myself up. The sound of my footsteps echoed down the stairs. There I was, back in front of the consulate's receptionist. Sorry. Look, thanks. I wouldn't have been able to duck to the console without your help. You're welcome. I was happy to help. Eva's very important. She's one of the only friends I have. Please, find me. And it's nothing. Never mind. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to come back. I'd be happy to help you. I will. Thanks. I got the feeling he wasn't just talking about the case. As I was walking out of the consulate, my RC began ringing. I hit talk as I stepped out into the spring sun. Not again. My nose. Jake, my boy, are you there? Hey, old man, how's tricks? I talked to the detective who has jurisdiction over that apartment. I worked things out with him. Thanks, King, I really appreciate it. I don't have time to waste with the police right now. I'm still not sure what's going on over here, but I've got a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. You're talking about the case with the missing foreign woman. Yeah. You should go visit Mr. Sharp. Mr. Sharp. He's part of the Special Crimes Unit with the Pono police. He's a friend of yours? Why, yes, he is. In fact, he's the fellow I spoke about your little apartment adventure. You might be able to help you out. I told him all about your case. I don't know what I'd do without you, man. Thanks. Merely scratching your back, a friend, so that someday you may return the favor. Be sure to give me a call when you get back to AKSYS, alright? Maybe for more scotch again. We said our goodbyes and King hung up. Detective Sharp. I figured it couldn't hurt to see what he had to say.